In a world where appearances often deceive and rumors can spread like wildfire, there are few things more powerful than the quiet, undeniable truth shown through action. That truth was on full display when Jimin and Jungkook, two beloved members of BTS, arrived together at Jin's concert. Yes, you heard that right, side by side in the same car, walking into the venue as one. And in that simple moment, they silenced countless whispers and doubts. To truly appreciate this moment, we have to take a step back. For months, speculation ran rampant across social media. People wondered if Jungkook and Jimin had grown apart, if they were being kept separate by management, or even if their past closeness had been a performance choreographed for fan service. But how easily people forget the years of memories, the spontaneous laughter, the shared glances on and off stage. If you've been following Jimin and Jungkook since their debut, you know theirs is not a connection built overnight. It's been forged through hardship, through celebration, through the pressure of global fame and the quiet of hotel rooms after a long day. What they showed at Jin's concert wasn't a PR stunt, it was a quiet, unwavering demonstration of something real. And before we go any further, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more exclusive, detailed updates about your favorite BTS members. Every view, like, and subscription helps us continue sharing these heartfelt stories with the global army. Returning to that moment, they could have chosen to arrive separately, to sit in distant sections, to avoid giving the media anything to talk about. But they didn't. Instead, they chose each other. That choice speaks volumes more than any social media post ever could. While others talk, Jimin and Jungkook act. They've always been that way. And their presence together at Jin's concert was not just a coincidence, it was an intentional act of unity. They weren't there for the cameras. They weren't trying to be seen. They were there to support their Hyung, to celebrate his moment, and to do it together as they've always done. What's so admirable is that they didn't need to make speeches or post photos to prove anything. Their presence, their quiet smiles, the way they naturally leaned into each other, it was all we needed to see. It reminded fans around the world why Jimin and Jungkook's bond has always stood out, even among a group known for its tight-knit relationships. And remember, while you're watching, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's grow this community of fans who appreciate the authenticity and warmth that BTS members continue to show us. Many fans recall past interviews where Jungkook mentioned how much he looked up to Jimin, or moments when Jimin quietly supported Jungkook during tough times. That kind of trust doesn't fade. It only grows stronger when it's real. And for those who saw them together recently, whether arriving in one vehicle, sitting close during the event, or exiting together later, it was like watching the continuation of a long, beautiful story. What makes their relationship so special is not grand declarations but small, consistent gestures. A glance, a shared laugh, a subtle touch on the arm. These moments, though small, are impossible to fake. They come from years of mutual understanding, shared dreams, and enduring support. Speaking of small moments, fans were especially touched by the recent stories from their low-key travels. Although not officially confirmed, it's widely believed that Jimin and Jungkook spent time together in several cities, just the two of them away from the spotlight. In one clip, they were spotted quietly watching the sunset. In another, they were gently admiring ducklings by a pond. These aren't the actions of two people forced to be together. These are the movements of two souls who genuinely enjoy each other's company. Let's take a second to appreciate that two of the world's most famous idols, choosing to spend their rare private time with one another, doing the simplest things like watching nature. It's poetic, really, and it speaks volumes about the kind of people they are. Humble, kind, grounded. That's why we admire them. And it's exactly why you should click that subscribe button, because these are the stories worth following. There's also the quiet but strong way they supported Jin. They didn't seek the stage or post for clout. Instead, they simply showed up as friends, as brothers, as family. That kind of love, that kind of support, is what BTS has always stood for. And Jimin and Jungkook continue to embody that spirit, time and again. Some fans speculate that their recent travels might be tied to a second part of Are You Sure? Or another creative project. Others believe it might simply be a well-earned vacation. But the reason matters less than the fact that they did it together. That togetherness, that's what speaks the loudest. It's a connection deeper than friendship. It defies simple labels. For years, they've been described as inseparable, not just on camera, but behind the scenes as well. Their shared experiences, from training days to world tours, from laughter to loss, have created a bond that few can understand and even fewer can replicate. Their communication often doesn't need words. Jungkook can glance at Jimin and understand what he needs. Jimin can feel when Jungkook is tired or overwhelmed and respond with warmth. That's a level of intimacy built only over time, through trust and sincere affection. If you've watched them, really watched them, you've seen it too. The way they mirror each other, the way their body language aligns, the way they look at each other with a mix of affection, pride, and deep knowing. These aren't things you can choreograph. It's also important to note how consistent they are, regardless of whether the cameras are on. Whether on stage or behind the scenes, their closeness remains the same. That consistency is what truly proves the authenticity of their relationship. They don't just care for each other in public. Fans have noted time and again how they check in on one another during tough performances, how they subtly adjust each other's mics, or offer water without being asked. These are small things, but they come from a place of genuine love and attentiveness. So to anyone still questioning whether what we see is real, just look at the way they exist around each other. It's gentle, it's effortless, and it's so very real. As we wrap up this deep dive into their most recent shared moment, let this be a reminder: actions always speak louder than words. And the actions of Jimin and Jungkook tell a story of two individuals who have stood by each other not out of obligation, but out of genuine connection. Their recent appearance together at Jin's concert is just the latest chapter in a long journey of shared music, laughter, trust, and love. Whether you call it friendship, brotherhood, or something more, it's clear that their bond is one of the strongest we've seen. And if you felt moved by their story today, don't forget to like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more heartfelt content like this. We'll continue to bring you the moments that matter, the quiet truths that make BTS more than just a band. Because in the end, what makes Jimin and Jungkook truly special isn't just their talent or looks. Though they are undeniably gifted and beautiful, it's their hearts, their loyalty, and the way they show us that real relationships, built on love and trust, will always shine through. So let the world talk. Let the rumors swirl. Jimin and Jungkook have already spoken, not with words, but with every look, every shared step, and every peaceful moment spent side by side. And we, the fans, are lucky to witness it.